naturopath. Thanks for coming back to check out my videos. Can the Candida remove be advantageous for a person who has Hashimoto's thyroiditis? I did quite a lot of work with Hashimoto's several years ago. I did a presentation of Hashimoto's at a college. It was well attended by lots of students, and even 4 medical doctors turned up, which is quite a coup for someone like me. So we're not going to talk all about Hashimoto's today, but suffice to say, if you are a Hashimoto's patient watching this now, I trust you've done your due diligence and have had a good thyroid panel completed, including the antibodies. You've looked at iodine, for example. You need to do iodine testing. It's one of the smartest things you can do. I'd also recommend zinc taste testing, oral taste testing for zinc, and a selenium level is another test that you need to. You need to really see someone who understands Hashimoto's. So we're talking autoimmune thyroid. Whenever we talk autoimmune, we talk about the gut. So I mentioned this from previous videos that I've got old medical textbooks from the 1920s and 30s where they talk about, these are the British Medical Journal, where they talk about investigating the digestive system with autoimmune disease. Today, they investigate nothing except golf courses and wine glasses now when it comes to autoimmune disease, because as far as the doctor's concerned, there's no known cause for autoimmunity. What a load of crap. There's a cause for everything. There's a cause for the sun coming up in the morning. There's a cause for your hangover the following morning. I mean, everything has a cause. If you're willing to look, you'll actually find the cause. So autoimmune disease don't just develop out of thin air. I've worked long enough in this game to know that so many people I've seen with autoimmune disease have got a gut problem that was pre-existing to the autoimmune disease. Now, they just lived like that and autoimmunity came along. So I looked at diets of many autoimmune patients and started to discover that they had bacterial issues long before, they become full-blown autoimmune disease. If corrections are made early in the microbiome, the full expression of the immune dysfunction pushing a person into autoimmunity may not have occurred. Now, we're not talking celiacs or specific types of autoimmune diseases, that people are born with for genetic reasons. We're talking known cause, right? Think about it, known. There is a cause. Everything's got a cause. Known cause is a cop-out for I can't be bothered looking because I've got golf booked in at 4 p.m. More like it, in my opinion anyway. And I do know a lot of golf-playing doctors. But I know a few golf-playing naturopaths too, so I can't really, So when you think about it, autoimmunity, as I mentioned, does involve the gut. Taking a product like Candida Remove can be advantageous because it will go to town on dysbiotic bacteria, many that have been implicated with autoimmunity, like Klebsiella, for example. Ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, I've rarely found a patient who hasn't got yeast numbers, right out of the water, or bacteria that have blown up out of proportion, like Citrobacter. So a stool test is fundamental, is of paramount importance with autoimmunity. I would prefer a patient with Hashimoto's do a stool test first, and to ascertain if anything needs work in the gut, and often it will, and that's when the Candida Remove will come in there. But again, taking the Candida products in autoimmune cases without testing, to me it's like probably going on a holiday and leaving your mobile phone at home. You've got no GPS, you don't know where you're going, you can't Facebook grandpa, you can't do anything anymore. All of a sudden you got your hands tied behind your back, so the stool test does make sense. Don't ask me, I'm retired, but you will find someone out there who can do a CDSA, comprehensive digestive stool analysis, and the Candida products work perfect as part of that protocol. So there you have it. What was the question again? Can Candida Remove be taken by someone who's suffering from Hashimoto's? Yes, it can, advantageously, but preferably if the patient has had some testing prior in terms of the thyroid parameters, but also the gut health. Look at the holistic concept. And the other thing I often look at with thyroid patients is adrenal health. So we may do some salivary cortisol testing to see where their melatonin and cortisol levels are. And with Hashey's patients, they've got big adrenal problems. Thanks for tuning in.